In this video, I'm going to share 2 simple shifts that have increased our client retention by a whopping 219%. That's right. We more than tripled our retention rate with these 2 changes. And what's crazy is it took us less than 30 minutes to implement them. If you're new here, my name is Greg Hickman. I'm the founder of Alt Agency, and we've trained over 700 agencies and consultants on how to productize their service and monetize their expertise by bolting on training and education offers. Now, for a little bit of context, I just got back from one of our client retreats. During these quarterly retreats, we share what's been working and what's not been working in our business, specifically over the last 90-ish days, things that we've tested, things that we've tried. So right now we have a program that is structured as 4 months. And if they need more ongoing support and want to optimize and keep growing the systems that we build here in the 4 months, that they can continue month to month for a small monthly fee. Continue getting support. We're going to help you grow and scale the systems that we just built here in the 4 months in an ongoing membership program. Inside of the delivery of this experience, we actually had 2 key one-on-one calls, one at month 2 and one leading into month 4. These calls historically were named the halftime call and then the final stretch. Looking back, this is actually sort of obvious, but if this can help solve a problem for you, hopefully this will help you. We needed to change these names. Calling it the halftime call and the final stretch call further set the expectation that the engagement was done at 4 months, which again, for some of our clients was true, but most of our clients needed ongoing support to optimize, refine, and scale the systems that we have created in the implementation phase of these 4 months. In this program, we're building out your sales system, your delivery system, and your acquisition system once we've refined your offer. There's a lot that we get done. We're able to get a lot of it done really, really quickly. But for many people, they want to scale those systems while they get a handful of clients in the first 4 months. They want to make that a repeatable thing. And they're going to need ongoing optimization and support for that. What do? We changed the names of these 2 calls. Sounds probably obvious. It wasn't to us in the beginning until we actually started having more and more conversations. People were trying to delay the final stretch call. So before we made this change, people would actually avoid the final stretch call because they didn't want their support to end. But it actually got weird because they would then end up in month 5 and we'd be supporting them and like, are you staying? Are you not? Like, you haven't come to this call. And they actually just were misinterpreting what this call was. They just thought it was like a check-in, at least majority of them. And then some, I think, knew what they were doing. They weren't like intentionally trying to get free stuff. They just forgot about the expectations that were previously set, even though we thought we were doing a good enough job communicating why there's an ongoing support. But nonetheless, people were delaying this call into month 5 and it started getting a little bit weird. We had a certain percentage of people that would just say, okay, well, now I'm done, like I'm good. But then when the people found out there was ongoing support, a decent amount of them were like, oh my God, I actually need this. First thing, rename these calls. The second thing is go back to our sales process. And in the sales process, we now explain how the program works a little bit differently. We now share that there's a variety of one-on-one touch points. And at the end of 4 months, instead of basically using the last stretch call to sell them into the ongoing support, we just pre-sell them into it. And we say, look, most of our clients are going to need ongoing support, but because we're going into optimization mode, we're actually lowering the price. Right now, you pay a certain amount, but when we go into optimization, since a lot of the heavy lifting is done, we're going to lower the price, but continue to provide this level of support that we know you're going to need. We'll meet on this cadence. These calls are available. These are the things that we're going to be working on during that optimization. You can leave whenever, as long as it's a 30-day cancellation policy. Up front in our sales process, we are now saying, hey, it's 4 months for X, and then we roll into month to month at Y rate. Here's why. And then in our choreography of our sales presentation, we show them examples of what people are doing in the optimization phase. Now they no longer are delaying those calls, again, because they're not renamed. And we've seen an increase since renaming the call and better setting expectations earlier on in the sales process and the onboarding process. We've now increased our stick rate from people that go from month 4 into month 5 and beyond by 219%, which obviously increases our lifetime value of each and every client, but it's also created a more seamless experience and way less pressure that was happening on these calls. People felt like they didn't want the experience to end, so they weren't showing up. Because they didn't show up, we weren't able to have a conversation that like, look, there's like ongoing support because they forgot. Now it's way more clear. We have way more people sticking with us beyond the 4-month window. They're they're getting the support that they need. It's just rolled into it. I'm not sure if you're using a system like this where you have to resell people, just letting them know and setting better expectations, which again, all of these things, renaming the calls and then rolling that into our sales process, mentioning it in the onboarding call, took all of 30 minutes to actually execute. We changed a few things in the sales presentation. We changed a few things in the onboarding, and we just relabeled the calls in the call calendar and all of that great stuff. It didn't take long to execute and had very big impact so far. And I'm really excited to see how much the LTV increases since we've done this change. Again, it's still early days on this. The feedback that we're already getting from those folks is extremely positive. So my lesson to you is this: be careful with how you name things, because you might be creating expectations that lead to unfavorable outcomes for you, like them leaving, even though they didn't really want to. You also want to be super clear with the expectations. So people shouldn't be like, what the heck? Why is this happening? Like, there needs to be communication and expectations set on how it's going to work, if and when applicable, for them rolling into any sort of ongoing continuity as you sell it up front, right? You're selling it up front. Hey, after month 4, we roll into this. You can cancel at any time. We'll be checking in with you along the way to see where you're at and making sure that we're focused on what we need to optimize next. If you're at a place in your agency where you actually no longer want more service clients, more labor, more done for you clients, it might actually be time for you to bolt on a more profitable income stream like a training program or a consulting program. And if that's the case for you, then I want you to go check out this video right here, breaking down what we believe is the new and best model for agency owners that want to remain lean but maximize profits.